Please welcome back to the podium President and CEO of the Alliance for Illinois Manufacturing, Pam McDonough.
It's now my honor to present the Manufacturing Lifetime Achievement Award to one of the most committed and active advocates for the manufacturing industry I have ever met. For nearly 20 years, he has been dedicated to the mission of growing and retaining our manufacturing supply chain. He has been a key supporter and architect of the Alliance for Illinois Manufacturing into the multifaceted organization that it is today. He has spent his career in manufacturing and has truly been a leader in industrial retention and growth for manufacturers in the region. John is leaving an impressive career next year when he retires to do two of his favorite things, golf and spend time with his new grandson, Giovanni. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating John Blumenshine.
I don't know if I like that lifetime achievement. That kind of indicates, is this the end?
For the beginning.
A little over 20 years ago, John Conrad was approached by then economic director of Commonwealth Edison, George Lofton, and then the head of Norbic, Carl Buffalini, to become part of a organization that was basically a city, Leary, for the Ravenswood Industrial Corridor. John thought about it, and he said, we're not in the Ravenswood Industrial Corridor, but of course, he and Jim O'Connor were very fast friends, and fast came a phone call, I think, after the next meeting, and he and Jim agreed that it was time for S&C to get involved. John turned to me and said, you're it. I think that meant, well, I knew what that meant. He meant that he was not going to be the person involved in Norbic, I would be. I got involved not really knowing what I was getting into because Norbic at that time was very small. It was in the Ravenswood Industrial Corridor, but I've watched it grow. I've tried to help and tried to give guidance where I could to the organization to see it grow today to an industrial retention organization that truly does help manufacturers, many of you in this room. And this whole event, and one of the reasons why I agreed to do what John Esty told me would be an insurmountable amount of work, was for that cause, for workforce development and for those of you in manufacturing that need the assistance to keep industry in the state, in the city, but better to be profitable. So I really appreciate the award. I wasn't expecting anything like this. I do appreciate the standing O. I mean, that's, I think, first one in my life. But I appreciate Pam and everything that she has done for the organization and the fellow board members that worked as hard as I have. There are people that have served longer on the board than I have. But I do take the job seriously, and I thank you all very much for your accolades, and thanks. Enjoy your evening.